All right, hey, what's up guys? It's Roy here. So today, happy Galaxy S24 day. Got mine today on my lunch break. So just like I do with all my new phones that I get in hand, this is the unboxing and first impressions video. I gravitated towards the regular S24 like I usually do on my channel because I just feel like the S24 has so much of the key features that you love, but you're getting at a more affordable price and just a little bit easier to hold in one hand. So with the box, as you can see here, just a plain Jane black box, got a picture of the S24 here, which it looks like it's kind of got like a shadow, like if it's sitting up, which is kind of cool. I went with the black version. It says Galaxy S24 here. It does say Galaxy S24 on the sides as well, kind of like embossed in the box. And then the same on this side, but it says Samsung, nothing other than just the model info on the bottom and then nothing at the top. And then looking at the back, as you can see, just in true fashion with any of my unboxing videos, sealed up so I can share that first experience with you. So unboxing it for the first time, I've deliberately stayed away looking at the real S24 in person. So I want to share that with y'all like I always do. So let's get this bad boy open. So it says, do not accept a seal is broken. So thanks for the kind of heads up, Samsung. But there's number one. Let's kind of get a little closer to the mic. Number two. So very simple. And let's shake it, which every now and then it might be a little harder to get out for the first time, which is the case here, but let's get this out. Come on. There we go. And voila. So, well, let's take a peek at what's inside the cover first. So, looks like we have just our regular stuff. Get it open here. Usually, yeah, there we go. So we got a SIM ejector tool there, which obviously you can do a physical SIM, which is always a nice plus. And then let's see, we have a USB-C to USB-C charging cable that comes with the box, or in the box, excuse me. It is just a regular silicone, not braided, so nothing special. It would have been cool if it was like a black braided cable, but hey, at least you get this. Now, obviously no power brick in the box, which is just the new trend. And then of course, quick start guides and term and conditions and all that fun stuff, which we don't care about. And then let's get this out. And here, let me just kind of close that back up, push that to the side. And let's focus on the phone. So holding it for the very first time in the hand, we do have a actual little screen protector that they have on there. It does have some different little logos and icons there, which, you know, it's just letting you know that it's a SIM tray right there. But let's get this peeled off. There we go. And yeah, got a little sticker on the back here. Let's take that off. And there it is, guys, for the first time in my hand. Very lightweight, absolutely love the weight. And one thing right off the bat that I'm noticing is just really those squared off edges. So that's a big thing that they did with the redesign this year, which, I mean, it's not a huge redesign, but it is very Apple-esque as far as the boxiness. From some different videos that I've been watching, it almost looks like if you put one like side by side, it's like, man, that looks a lot like an iPhone. But I like it. I do like it. The back is a little more rounded, so it's not going to be super, super sharp cutting into the back of your hand if you do go caseless. So like the iPhone 14 Pro, when that came out, that was very sharp. But this feels really, really nice in the hands. The sides aren't super shiny, so it's not going to be a real big fingerprint magnet, which is great. I'm a big fan of more matted finishes on the sides. And the back as well kind of has like this frosted matted material. It's not as dark as I thought it would be, but it's actually not bad. It's a little bit lighter, but that's okay because I'm going to have a case pretty much on it like 99.9% of the time. Then we got our individual cutouts there for the cameras and all that good stuff. Looking at the bottom here, obviously you can see that we do have the USB-C, well, if I can get it in focus here, there we go, kind of. USB-C charging port there, got our mic, got a cutout there for the speaker. That's a more singular cutout instead of like little individual like grills. Our SIM card there. Once again, it is a physical SIM that we can use. You can use eSIM as well, but I prefer physical when I can. Got some antenna bands there. And then of course got like that 5G antenna thing there, our power button and our volume up and down button, which the volume up and down is just one solid piece, more antenna bands. Got two little spots up there for microphones and another antenna band. And then of course just antenna bands on this side, no Bixby button or anything like that. So let's power it on. Let's see what kind of juice we got working with here. I'm sure out of the box it's going to power on. And there we go. I was about to say, I was literally, if I was a betting man, I would have said it would turned on, but here we are. And yeah, I mean, as we're kind of playing around with it, as it's turning on, yeah, I just really like this screen. It just looks really good. So I'm going to go through the initial setup here. Just like any normal Samsung device, I'm just going to kind of agree to all and go through everything. So if there's anything that pops up that I think is important, we'll flip right to it right now. All right, so I'm at this point now and setting up the fingerprint scanner. So I thought I'd at least show y'all as you go through it what it's doing. It says secure, set a secure screen locks first. So we'll kind of do a pattern here, which I always like to do. So I'll kind of just do that off camera real quick. All right. So now it's going to ask me to register my fingerprint. So I'm just basically following where the fingerprint moves. It's an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner. So it's a lot more secure than the traditional kind of optical fingerprint scanner. So with the ultrasonic, if your hand's wet or something like that, it's just a lot more secure and a little bit more forgiving, but it is not more forgiving if you happen to have a tempered glass screen protector on. So just something to point out, depending on what type of screen protector you install on these devices, they don't play well with every single screen protector. So that's kind of a downside. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of point that out, but it's kind of making me move my thumb around and kind of get different parts of my thumb to make sure. So when I do use this in the future, then it's good to go, and I'll blah, 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 do this and continue on. I'm pretty sure this is already set up, so we'll keep on going. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so finally got to the home screen. Now, obviously, it is still doing its thing. There's a lot of updates that need to happen, all that. But for the most part, for this video, I just really want to focus on a couple of things real quick, and then we'll get to some other things and some other videos. But for the initial impression so far, guys, just feels fantastic. Love the screen. Looks really good, really vibrant. So no complaints there at all. Now, granted, I do need to do a few tweaks and setups to it to get it exactly how I would like it. But like I said, for this video and for this, the trying to speed up the process type of thing, we'll run through some specs real quick. So 6.2-inch screen here, obviously dynamic AMOLED display, super bright. It's going to get super vibrant, when it comes down to everything. Not going to go super crazy bright with it because I don't want to like really make the video look all weird, but looks fantastic. Let's see, out of the box, let's see if it comes with the adaptive smoothness here. So as you can see there, it does, which is great. So I would prefer to leave it on adaptive. You can turn it to standard if you want to extend the battery life, but to be honest with you, I think the battery life is going to do just fine. Use the phone like it's meant to be at 120 Hertz. So no brainer at all there. Another thing that I want to test real quick is hold the home button and let's see if we get that Galaxy AI popping up. So home button now lets you search your screen in any app as it says there. And we can kind of click continue there. So circle and scribble or tap anywhere to search. Try it now. So sure, why not? Let's try it now. Let's circle the Play Store thing there. And immediately, I'm talking in a matter of a split second, it already started popping up just different things about the Play Store and all that. Just for fun, let's Google S24 phone. And then I'm just going to do images. So let's just say, you know, obviously it's on there, but let's see that kind of, I'm not really sure what that is, but if we do our thing, it immediately, Rebels logo, I thought it was for Star Wars, but I didn't want to sound stupid, but immediately it just starts kind of showing you all this. So very, very cool. I typically prefer the swipe gestures, which from my understanding, you can still do it. But at the moment, I'll just leave it like this. But like I said, 6.2 inch screen, absolutely beautiful. It is being powered by Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip made for Galaxy. That right there, let's see how fast that fingerprint scanner works. I mean, goodness, that's pretty much instant almost. Now, haha, that did give me that issue every now and then that ultrasonic fingerprint scanners have, where you need to make sure you got it on there right. But I mean, geez, I mean, that's pretty dang quick. So very impressed with the fingerprint scanner. Another thing to think about is just the internals. It does come with 8 gigs of RAM. This does have 128 gigs of storage. So this is just the base entry level. That's $799. I could have taken advantage of some trade-in specials, which I think I still will. But at this point, I've missed the boat, I think, with the double the storage, which I would have taken advantage of. But since I have JOD at T-Mobile, then I went ahead and just did a JOD real quick for this to make it super simple. Now on the back, obviously we got a triple camera setup and that flash there. So we get the wide 50 megapixel camera, the 12 megapixel ultra wide, and then we also get a 10 megapixel telephoto lens. Now you can do 3 times optical, or you can do 30 times space zoom. So obviously doing that space zoom, that's gonna be more digital zoom, but if you wanna do 3 times with optical, then you can definitely take advantage of that 10 megapixel camera. Now on the front, we are going to be greeted with that hole punch camera up there up top, and that's going to house a 12 megapixel camera up there. Now both front and back are going to be capable of recording in 4K and 1080 and all that. You're going to get the most out of the rear cameras. So all in all, guys, I mean, this is a great looking phone. Just, I can't wait to play with it more and test it out. And really take a deep dive into like the new One UI 6.1 and just overall like how the battery life does. I know it's a 4,000 milliamp battery, but I am very curious of how it performs with screen on time versus the S23. I believe when I had the S23, I was getting anywhere from like maybe 6.5 to 7 hours of screen on time, which is fantastic on a phone like this compared to the S22 that really was plagued with some really terrible, battery life. But yeah, I mean, very bright screen. I mean, gonna be great in direct sunlight outside. All in all, very symmetrical, slim bezels. So as you can see there, I mean, the bezels are just getting smaller and smaller and smaller with every new phone, it seems like. So Samsung really takes pride in their screens, and obviously having that very symmetrical look, I think just really separates this from some other phones that have maybe a bigger chin or forehead. But all in all, guys, no complaints at all so far. So very anxious to play around with it some more, but I'll let it get set up. I'll play with it. I'll be doing some more videos. Check out my case videos as they come out. They'll be coming out very, very soon. But let me know, guys, what do you think? What color did you go with? Did you go with the S24? Did you jump up, a couple $100 and go with the Plus? Or did you really go up to the granddaddy of them all and go to the Ultra? I'm very curious on what your thought process is looking at the new Galaxy devices. But there you have it, guys. S24, definitely looking forward to playing around with this. So hit that like button if you liked the video. If you loved it, please subscribe, ring that notification bell for up-to-date content. So be safe, God bless. I'll see you on the next one.